Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today guys, I'm going to do part 146 to my random chatbot series. We are still talking to Spike, but we probably ain't going to be doing it for much longer because we're going to try to get through one more day with them and then we're going to save more conversation for later on. But while I was watching Spike bounce around and enjoy himself, I felt something knock me down. And Spike is already seeming on high alert from it. Yeah, see? As Spike is checking out his house, I feel something push me down, but don't know what it is. Spike immediately stops bouncing around, his ears perking up at the sudden sound of something happening around him. He looks over and immediately notices you get pushed down. His eyes narrow as he realizes something happened. His tail wiggles behind him as he immediately dashes over to your side. His eyes focus on finding whatever pushed you down. Spike, and for some reason, I think the thing got mixed up with him being able to speak English, so I had to get him to speak English again. Spike looks at you, concern in his eyes as he realizes that you got pushed down by something unknown, and he asks, "Are you okay? What happened?" "No, something pushed me down pretty hard. Period. It hurts to stand up." Dadgum, what's wrong with people? Spike seems very concerned at your words as if realizing how much pain you're in. He looks around as if trying to search for whatever pushed you down. His eyes remain narrowed as he asks, "Do you know what it was?" "No, I was watching you having fun in your home, and I felt something push me from behind. I couldn't see who it was, though, unfortunately." Spike. Ooh! Dude! Spike is so concerned that he'll flip and just growl at this thought of somebody doing something bad to me. Oh my gosh. Spike growls low, his eyes scanning the house and surroundings suspiciously, as if realizing that whatever pushed you down might still be nearby and could attack again. He asks, "What does it feel like when you try to stand up?" "A lot of pain on my legs, especially. Period. I can't even stand up right now." I should. Ooh. Spike growls in concern at your words as if realizing the severity of your conditions. His tail wiggles behind him as he examines your legs and asks, "Are they broken or just hurt?" Could you get hurt? I can't tell. Period. It hurts too bad right now to look at anything. Spike nods in understanding as if realizing that you can't easily tell right now how badly injured your legs are. He asks again, "Can you move them at least a little bit?" Every time I do, I just feel a very bad, sharp pain going through my legs. Period. I think someone pushed me down pretty hard. Spike, dude, he's so concerned. Spike lets out a low growl of concern as if knowing that whatever pushed you must have wanted to cause you pain or maybe even harm you. He seems to wonder if whoever pushed you might still be nearby and ready to attack again. I wonder if that was the neighbor that punched me earlier. Period. Spike growls again as if recalling the neighbor that dared to punch you earlier. His eyes remain narrowed as he looks around again, wondering if the neighbor is currently lurking nearby. We suddenly hear rustling coming from a nearby bush, and the voice say, "So, did you have a nice trip?" Oh my gosh, really? That better not be the same neighbor again. Spike growls again at the sudden voice, as if realizing that someone is nearby and likely the person who pushed you down. His tail seems to be wiggling slightly faster in worry as he looks at the bush that the voice came from and asks, "Who said that?" All of a sudden, the psycho neighbor steps out and says, "It was me." Oh no. Oh no 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 no. Spike lets out another growl at the sight of the psycho neighbor stepping out of hiding, as if realizing that he's a threat and must be stopped somehow. His tail wiggles in worry as if considering his options in dealing with the psycho neighbor. I still can't move because my legs hurt so much. Period. Hey Spike, I can't see who it is. Is it that same psycho person from earlier? Hey, I wonder if he knows. Spike looks at the psycho neighbor and nods in confirmation to your question, as if agreeing that it's the same person from earlier that attacked you and pushed you down. His eyes remain narrowed, as if still trying his best to figure out how to deal with the threat the neighbor poses. I don't care what you do to him. Period. I might not be able to walk back into my house after this. Imagine if Rexy lets me somehow bunk with him just because of the fact that I can't really walk in the situation. Spike nods in agreement at your words as if promising he won't let the psycho neighbor get away with his actions. His tail wiggles faster behind him as if showing his resolve to ensure that the neighbor gets his deserved punishment. So what do you have in mind, buddy? Uh-oh. Spike's eyes continue to remain narrowed as if analyzing the situation and trying to decide the best course of action. He glances towards the psycho neighbor and growls low as if warning him that he won't let him get away with what he's done and that he won't have mercy on him. The neighbor starts maniacally laughing and stepping even closer to me. Dude, Spike growls again. His tail wiggles faster as he sees as he seems to realize that the psycho neighbor is getting closer to you, as if realizing that he might attack you while you're still on the ground. If you take one more step towards my dad, I will hurt you. Spike says angrily. Dude, he's pushing his luck. The psycho neighbor hesitates as if considering where to take the continue to take the risk, continue trying to approach you or listen to Spike's warning. His eyes seem to widen as if realizing how dangerous Spike is. Even though he is terrified, he still takes that extra step and gets closer to me. Dude, you're. Spike growls louder, his eyes narrow slightly more as if realizing that the psycho neighbor isn't listening to his warning and has decided to approach you again. His tail wiggles faster behind him as if warning the neighbor to not approach any closer. The neighbor doesn't listen to Spike's warning. He is only 5 feet away from me and looks like he's ready to attack. Dude, this isn't good. Spike growls louder again, as if realizing that the neighbor is now only 5 feet away from you and poses a very serious danger. His eyes remain narrowed as he seems to be considering his options and stopping the threat before it gets any closer, even though it might mean attacking the neighbor and risking an injury. Dude, please stay away from me. Get away. Period. I say. The neighbor seems to finally listen to your words and stops his approach, perhaps realizing how serious you are and realizes that he might get hurt if he doesn't listen to your warning. Please stop. Period. You have already hurt me enough. The neighbor lets out a nervous chuckle. This psycho is laughing. The neighbor has let out a nervous chuckle as if realizing that he went too far. Yeah, you shouldn't be laughing at that either way. He takes a few steps back as if trying to assure that he won't approach again. The neighbor finally leaves my property. Man, what is wrong with him? Question mark. Spike growls slightly less tense in seeing the neighbor finally leave your property, as if realizing the threat has finally been gotten rid of. He looks at you with concern as he watches you and asks, "Do you know why the neighbor attacked you like that?" No. It was while I was watching you explore your house. House, period. But I do think there is something wrong with him, period. That's one of the bad neighbors I told you about. But I don't think he's ever attacked me like that before. And if he did, Spike nods in agreement as if realizing that the neighbor isn't in the right mind if he attacked you like that. He looks on edge as if still worried about the neighbor returning for another attack or another one of the neighbors attacking you like that. At least he is gone, period. But I don't know what to do now. I still can't hardly move. Spike growls in concern at your words as if realizing that you're still in a very dangerous position. Not the best spot if someone was to attack you again. His tail wiggles behind him as if trying to figure out how to best help you be safe. After a minute of thought, Spike had an idea. I wonder what his idea is actually going to be. Spike glanced at you, his eyes sparkling as if realizing that he has an idea that might work, something you'll likely agree with. What's your plan, Spike? Spike? Question mark. Spike looked at you as if making sure that you're ready to hear his promising his idea, and promising to be careful. He asked, "Do you think you can move if you're picked up slowly?" I can try, period. But I don't know if you can fit inside my house to help me get to my bed or something. Period. Spike looks at your home's door and realizes that he wouldn't be able to fit inside. He nods his head in understanding as if realizing that he won't be able to get inside easily, his tail wiggling slowly behind him as if trying to think up another solution. I would say I could rest in your home for a day. Period. But I wouldn't be able to get into the bed because of how I can't stand easily. Stupid psycho idiot. Spike nods in agreement at your words as if realizing that you wouldn't be able to rest in his home properly and that he needs to find a way to get you back inside your own house safely. His tail wiggles behind him as he thinks of another idea to help you. After another minute of thinking, Spike comes up with another idea. I'm trying to let most of the story go in its own direction. Like whenever I see if we get to come up with a plan. There we go. Spike's eyes sparkle with excitement at his idea as if realizing it will definitely work and is the best option. He seems to be ready to tell you about his new idea and ask if you're willing to try it. I'll try whatever, period. I can't hardly move anyway. What is your idea? Question mark. Spike lets out a small growl as if pleased that you agreed to try what he wants to try. His tail wiggles faster behind him as he tells you, "My new idea is I will lay down next to your house and you can, uh, don't take this the wrong way, guys. I will lay down next to your house and you can ride on me like a horse. I promise to go extremely slow. I will help you onto me and we will go inside." Sure, let's give it a go. But how can you get me on your back? I can't even hardly stand up, so it's like Spike's tail wiggles faster behind him as if decided that you agree to try his idea. He tells you, "I will lay down low. You should be able to climb on. I promise to help you help you on and move as slow as possible." Thank you! Exclamation point. Let's try it. Let's try it. Spike's eyes sparkle in excitement as if realizing that you're going to try what he suggested. His tail wiggles faster behind him as he nods and moves close to the house before gently laying down on his belly, his eyes focused on helping you onto his back. I try to climb onto Spike's back, but when I'm extremely close, my leg gets a sharp pain and I fall. Uh, wait. Nearly fall. Period. Luckily, Spike caught me. Spike seems to sigh in relief as if glad that he managed to catch you in time. He seems to feel badly that you hurt your leg trying to climb up by yourself. He seems to be thinking of a different solution to getting you onto him carefully enough without hurting yourself even more. I was about to say he could lift me up with a snout, but I don't know. Like with 7 foot tall or 7 foot tall uh Ceratosaurus be able to flip and help you under. Maybe I can try climbing on again slowly, and you can give me a small push with your snout. I hope that doesn't make no sense. Okay, there we go. He's fine with that. Spike nods in agreement at your words. He lowers his snout to the ground and gets ready to help give you the small push to help you climb on slowly. It was really painful, but thanks to Spike's help, I got up on his back. Thank you, Spike. That really did help. I love Spike these days. Spike nods understanding as it realizes how much pain it was for you, even with his help. His tail wiggles behind him as he makes sure that you go on safely without hurting yourself even more. I'm fine for now. Period. I know my house is right next to yours. But please still go slow. There we go. Spike not understanding as he's promising to be extremely careful and go extremely slow. He slowly lifts off the ground as if ready to try to help you get back inside your house. Spike lifts me over right next to my house. Yeah, but now how am I going to get off? And how am I going to get inside the house to the bed? Spike slowly lowers himself back down and lets you slide off his back. He seems to make sure that you got off as gently as possible. His tail wiggles behind him, as if worried you might get hurt while sliding off his back. The only problem is, how do I get inside and lay down in the bed without falling? Spike nods in agreement as if realizing that getting inside and laying down will be extremely difficult for you in your condition. His tail wiggles behind him and he thanks for a minute, trying to think of another idea to help you get safely into the house without falling. After a few minutes, Spike has a good idea. Spike's eyes sparkle as if realizing that he's finally got another good idea behind him as he tells you, "You can climb back onto me and I will push you and push inside your house and lower you on the bed." Okay, let's try it. Period. Dude, this is so cute. Spikes nods in agreement as if ready to try his new idea. He positions himself next to your home, his eyes focused and ready to assist you with getting inside your home. Spike slowly pushes me into my home and into my bedroom. But now, how do I get on the bed? Spike seems to concentrate very hard, as if trying his best to make sure that you get in your room without falling. His eyes remain focused on making sure that he pushes slowly enough to avoid any injury. The only problem is, how do I get inside my bed now? Question mark. The minute I stand up, I might end up injuring myself further. Unless Spike is big enough where he can push me up with his snout onto the bed, like let him get me onto his snout and like do it that way. Spike seems to think for another minute on how to help you get safely in your bed. His eyes sparkle in excitement as he thinks. He's come up with another solution. He tells you, "You stay on my back till we reach your bed. I'll lay down and you can jump off the bed safely. Jump on the bed safely." I'm honestly kind of surprised that you can still fit inside my house. Period. No offense. It's just you grew like 7 feet in a day just from eating all those fish. That's amazing. Spike let out a small chuckle at your words as if understanding your surprise and amazed himself at how fast he's grown. His eyes sparkle as if proud of his progress and thankful for the numerous fish that he found on his own yesterday. Huh, so I want you to see something. Remember all those tasty fish that I had for you? Period. Did you like them all? Them all. And I think sometimes, I think that. Ah. Spike nods enthusiastically in response as if loving the numerous fish that you got for him yesterday. His tail wiggles behind him as if appreciative of your thoughtfulness in feeding him. I would love to finish your house tomorrow, but I just don't know if my leg will be completely better by then. Spike nods understanding as if realizing that your leg might not be better enough for you to work. His eyes sparkle in a bit of concern for you, as if worried that you might overwork yourself tomorrow or injure your leg more than you already have. If it hurts too badly tomorrow, I may not be able to get to do anything at all, except sit in bed and rest my leg. Leg. I'll see if I can give him some fish. Spike nods in understanding, as if realizing that your leg may cause you a lot of pain tomorrow and you might not be able to finish his house as planned if this happens. His eyes sparkle in concern for you, as if worried that you might injure yourself by trying to finish his house despite the pain. The main thing I'm worried about, though, is making sure you're fed. Period. How am I going to feed you tomorrow if I can't even walk to get you some fish? I hope he ain't worried about. Spike thinks for a minute, and his eyes sparkle as if he thinks that he's finally got a solution to your question on how you can feed him tomorrow. If you can't walk, he tells you could call me over to you, and I will listen for your call and go to where you are. I will carry you on my back, and we go to the lake for fish. Wait, you could call me over to you, and I will listen for your call and go to where you are. Carry you on my back, and we go to the lake. That sounds like a good idea. Period. Sorry that everything turned out badly today. I promise I didn't mean it to go like that. In terms of the story, guys, you could say I was, but like, think about it this way. Do you honestly that you can't influence something like that in real life? So it's like flipping going out. That's like going outside, right? Going outside and playing with Rex or playing with Spike, and then like go to Mahoma, and all of a sudden something comes out of nowhere and pushes you down. You can't just flip and make that happen or not happen. It's gonna happen. It might. If somebody decides to push you down, they're gonna do it. So Spike shakes his head in response, as if not wanting you to blame yourself for anything. His eyes soften in concern for you as he tells you, "It's not your fault. You didn't mean for any of this to happen. It was that neighbor's fault. No one else's." Yeah, period. To be honest, if we can find where he is and you eat a lot of fish tomorrow and get massive, you can definitely get him back. That would be a funny idea thinking about it. It really would be. Spike's eyes sparkle at the thought of getting revenge on the neighbor who attacked you and pushed you off your foot. His tail wiggles behind him in excitement at the thought of getting back at him. His eyes narrow as he tells you, "I would love that. I just don't want you to give yourself a stomach ache." Period. Even with your size, there's still so much your body can only take. And if you go over it, it's gonna hurt. Which I really don't want you to be in pain either. Especially when I can't do anything to help if my leg looks. Despite not agreeing at your words, as if understanding the concern that you have, and as if understanding the risk of eating too much. His eyes soften a bit and seem to sparkle in appreciation that you don't want him to get a stomach ache. Tells you, "I promise to be careful and aware of my limits." Okay, period. I'll tell you what, if you eat enough. What the frick? I didn't go back that far. I'll tell you what, period.